Hello, my Star Warriors! Bethany Animates reporting for duty, and we are here for another wish list for an Oblivous HD movie ever since, ever since May 19, 2019. Wow, it's been a while. So I figured I should do it again, but with the Bacon Hair movie 4. I don't think the movie will come out until April or May, but it could be longer, could be earlier. No one really knows. So to keep you impatient fans busy, I want to share with you all what I'd like to see in the Bacon Hair 4. I will also be sharing with you guys my new wish list for the Blockswatch movie. There are some items in that wish list I didn't want anymore, and I got new ones I wanted, so yeah. Remember, no spoilers. I will be turning off comments on all of my Bacon Hair content, so chances of me finding spoilers will be lower. Do not say whether an item on my wishlist has been confirmed to be in the next chapter. Do not say what is not going to be in the next chapter. I want to see it for myself when the 4th chapter comes out. And when I say 4th chapter, I mean the YouTube release, not the Amazon Prime release. The wishlist could contain stuff I want to see regarding questions I have, things I think will be interesting to see, stuff I had on my wishlist then changed my mind, and other items. Of course, not all my items in this wishlist are going to come up in the next chapter, but that's fine. The only thing that matters is if I enjoy it and bring out great reactions for you guys. Now, without further ado, let's get to my wishlist for the Bacon Hair movie 4. So first things first, I would like to get a guest president backstory. We don't exactly know his motives as to why he's doing this. Why is he turning bacon hairs into curfew bots? Why does he despise them? I want to understand him, and I would like to get a full-on scene of his backstory like how they did with Roses. I'm not really sure if the Bacon Hair and the Last Guest are alternate universes. I mean, on one side people are saying that it is, on the other, they aren't. If it ends up being an alternate universe, then we will not only get to see the guest president's backstory, but possibly the Bacon Generals too. How? Well, we know that Primrose and Rose got relation, Zeta and Jez got relation, so it is most likely that the guest president got relation with the Bacon General. I could be wrong, but that is what I'm thinking. So it seems that curfew bots were actually bacon hairs. So the next thing I want to see is Guestie's true identity. He was a bacon hair before, but who? I theorized that it would be Zayden's mom since it will make more sense, but I could be completely wrong. Either way, I am dying to know Guestie's identity. And I'm pretty sure it will be while Guestie is in the scene. Many had said that Guestie's still alive, and I didn't want to know that. It was technically a spoiler, so yeah. I will try my best to forget that for the next chapter, so I can get a great reaction for you guys. I was going to have an item on the wishlist where the chapter would explain how the guest president knew that Zayden and Primrose were coming. Then I thought, maybe he saw it through Guestie. I mean, doesn't he control most of the curvy bots? And he would need to see through their perspective, like a camera in them. That would also explain how the guest president found Primrose and how she's hanging out with Zayden. Okay, this might be a bit controversial, but just, please, kill off a character. When I say kill off a character, I mean a character that we might love and be attached to, like Primrose, Kenzie, and maybe Zayden. I just want to feel more than just hype. I don't just want to treat majority of the chapter like the Super Bowl or something. I want to feel sadness, anger, and a mixture of emotions. I mean, I'm okay if a character doesn't get killed off, but that's what I would like to see, and that was what I would do if I was writing the story. What I think would be interesting to see is seeing Zayden as a curfew bot. I mean, if that happens, I would lose my crap over it. I mean, it could actually happen, or curfew bot Zayden can be seen in Nightmare of Primroses. Either way, as long as I get to see it, it's guaranteed that you'll get one heck of a reaction out of me. I would also like to see new characters for the 4th chapter. Not sure how they would work that out, but it would be interesting to see new characters come to light. Sure, we got one new character in chapter 3, like Xavier, but he only lasted for that one chapter. Speaking of which, I kinda wish that Xavier had more screen time. I mean, I would count it if Xavier is in a backstory of some sort and has a line or two, or maybe have Xavier come back alive, but I don't think that would be a good idea. I think that would just mess up the story. Just at least find some way to give him some screen time, and involvement in one's backstory would do good. Okay, this one is actually at the top of my wish list, but I saved it for this moment. Make Zero's canon. It's kind of obvious that they're more than just friends. Just look at their interactions in chapter 1 and 3. And they keep saying friends forever, but we all know there's something going on between them. Come on, stop teasing us with those cute moments and just say that they're lovers already. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. I am obsessed with this ship. Just make it canon. But the icing on the cake will be their first kiss. I would screech if I see that. I might flip out if we see their wedding or even see them with their kid. But that's just a cherry on top. Just make it canon and I'll be very happy. I doubt this one will actually happen, but I think it would be fun to see some interactions between characters from the Bacon Hair and The Last Guest. Some characters have relations with one another, and I think it would be interesting to see those two characters interact. What I would like to see most out of that is Jez and Zayden fighting side by side. Both my boys kicking butt would be epic. I would lose my crap over it if it becomes canon. Like I said, I doubt it will happen, but this would be an interesting take. Now, the last thing on my wish list is for my OC Bethany to swoop in and save the day. Ha! I'm kidding. I'm pretty sure my OG fans are like, oh god, not this again. But other than that, that's it for the Bacon Hair wish list. But we're not quite done yet. I'm going to go over my new and improved Blockswatch wish list. So let's get to that. I know for sure we are going to see a Bloxwatch and Guest 666 story, but what I would think would be interesting is seeing their parents. When rewatching the Guest 666 story, I thought to myself, were his parents there to help him? There could be some conflict going on where their parents only paid attention to Guest 666 due to him getting bullied, and Bloxwatch gets jealous? I could be wrong, but meeting their parents would take an interesting turn. So what was the importance of the planets finally aligning? In the first episode, the camera starts to zoom in on the television talking about the planets finally aligning. I mentioned this in my Blockswatch commentary and said that the planet's alignment had something to do with the Limbo Breach. It would be a letdown if it had nothing to do with anything, but I'm sure it does. Oblivous HD himself said I'm on the right track, so I'm pretty sure we'll get an answer to that soon. I would like to see more screen time from other Last Guest characters. Bloxwatch takes place in the same universe as The Last Guest. Chances are low since Charlie and their family moved out due to The Last Guest being deployed to other areas in the army. However, Matt and Molly are in the army, so we might see them occasionally. There is a small chance that Jess had joined the Roblox army, but it is also possible that he will want to take a break and live his own life, especially that he never got the chance to be a kid because of his father. Nevertheless, I would flip out if I see the other Last Guest characters again, especially my boy. I would also like to see some interaction between Guest 666 and The Last Guest. In my original wish list, I had a thought that Guest 666 and The Last Guest were somehow related, like Guest 666 is The Last Guest's grandfather or something. For this wish list, I would like to see some interaction between those two, and that's it. I would like to see more screen time from Pan and Z. I think it would be interesting for them to at least take part in some of the events that are going on. This is unlikely, but could be interesting. Of course, Guest 666 is in the Blockswatch movie. Could that possibly mean that Emily, Justin, and 3.0 might return? In my Is Emily an Astral Theory video, I theorized that Emily might return in an episode. I think it would be interesting to see Charlie and Emily interact with each other. After all, the first episode of Bloxwatch has a lot of relations and references to the Guest 666 story. If I don't see them in the Bloxwatch series, I will break my kneecaps. This item on my wish list is the #1 thing I want. If this happens, I'll guarantee you I will flip out. That's pretty much it for both wish lists, and this video as well. Remember guys, don't tell me what becomes canon in my wish list and what doesn't. I want to be totally caught off guard when any of these happens. I don't want you to give me any details, I don't want you to tell me when these are going to happen, I don't want to know anything. And I'll try my best to forget that Guestie is alive, so when the reveal comes up, I would flip out. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong, my Star Warriors!